Hey buddies, welcome back to Video Games Awesome. We've been playing a lot of Overwatch since it came out. Lots of Overwatch. Off show, on show, with turbos, without.
In our dreams.
In our dreams.
While we're eating breakfast.
Yep. Have you been dreaming about it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
It does invade after a while, eh?
What was the one dream I had? Oh, it had something to do with the character, like the character costumes. I can't remember exactly what it was.
I had a dream that I had a better bomb for Junkrat.
Oh,
like
really?
one that I could toss out and basically I had unlimited mines to throw and I could detonate them by looking at them. But they were shaped like classic Batman bomb.
Whoa,
that he runs around with, that some days you can't get rid of a bomb type of bomb.
Oh my god.
It was pretty awesome. I was pretty disappointed when I woke up. And I realized that wasn't a feature in the game.
Balls.
Having that bomb and being able to throw out 7 at a time. Alright,
that filled up immediately apparently.
and got a lot of turbos want to play today.
Yeah.
So let's just go through some of the heroes and just chat about each of them. I'll be half playing, so the team I'm on will probably be at a disadvantage. But maybe if Becky has some questions about the characters, since Becky's still new to first-person shooters, I have a bit more experience. So, unlike usually we play with random heroes on this show. And
You're not playing with random heroes right now?
So that I can go through all of them
okay.
and just chat about each one.
Oh, you guys will probably like this, too.
And I'm just going to give my thoughts about the characters. Becky will give her thoughts about the characters and how she's been playing as them to this point.
So, you try to get straight somehow and then, shoot shit. That's how I do it. One thing I have some problems with is knowing which character to choose whenever I do play in public matches.
Yeah.
Just because I'm so new with the characters and I'm not sure.
My recommendation is characters that can, characters like Lucio and Mercy, because they're characters who focus more on the battle as a whole as opposed to a target. So you can concentrate on your own movement and getting a grasp of what's happening. And that's good for a new player to just kind of get a feel for how battles move and how people move.
But people get mad at Mercy whenever she doesn't heal you.
Oh, okay. So then play as Lucio more, because he gets to do it more than anybody else.
I like playing as Lucio. I've been playing as him a lot more.
And as Mercy, he's the healer who goes unnoticed, and that's why for the longest time after the game was released, he went so underappreciated. Nobody really knew what he was doing for everybody until they played as him and realized how much he does. Anyways, as Genji, I'm not good as Genji. One thing that I've been trying to figure out is how the people who are good as Genji on controller, as they play on console, are always doing double jumps and firing as they do their double jump and then they fire. And I think some people have rebound L2 to be jumps so that they can easily do it while using R2 to still shoot.
Okay.
Because otherwise you have to take your thumb off of the right stick to do the double jump, right?
I didn't even know he had a double jump.
You can double jump. You can also climb walls if you haven't done that.
Right.
I have mine on. You can set the game up to make him auto climb so you don't have to hold X while he climbs. You might want to do that, by the way. Okay. Because it's annoying to hold X. With this, you just double tap, and as soon as you start climbing, he just climbs the rest of the way until you change your control. So
right now you're defending the point.
Yeah, this isn't actually the type of setup you want to use Genji as. I was just derping around right there. I wasn't playing as him really. The way that you usually want to play Genji is kind of go stealthy and behind and get the vulnerable targets. This is a good one because he's only 150 health. If I could hit her, it would be good. And then you dash when they're at their lowest amount of health. Oh, I got lucky. I thought I was dashing through her. And sometimes, Genji's so quiet and his footsteps are so little that sometimes people don't know you're there. Even though you're shooting at them, because his stars go in batches, on their screen they see the little red appear, but if they're in the middle of a battle already, that red can easily go unnoticed, and the sound of his firing is so, that sometimes you're getting shot by a Genji, and in the replay, you're like, who the fuck killed me? And then you see it through Genji's eyes. He was just sitting
listening to
behind you the whole time doing this.
Yeah.
Trying to get you. And
That's definitely happened to me.
And so that's why, so Genji isn't quite as big a stealth as Reaper is.
Yeah.
But he's more like, but he is a little bit stealth. He's still trying to flank a lot, like this. Like, and it's not hard. And then here's his ultimate. Oh, of course.
That's alright, you still have it.
Yeah.
Genji ultimate. Oh, it's the dragon?
Yeah. And I want to reiterate, I'm not good as Genji. I've been practicing. I didn't cover his deflect yet. So you haven't played much Genji, right? And the off times you have, you've probably been a little bit overwhelmed.
No, I haven't played as Genji, but I don't mind him whenever I play him in our matches.
Right.
Like, I feel like I can just kind of spam those things.
That's a good first start, yeah. Like, I'm still a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of stuff he can do and how quickly he has to make the decision to switch to those things that he, like, change tactics at the drop of a hat. Like, suddenly use his reflect. Like, how do you decide when to?
Yeah.
I just want to get this ultimate out so I can change character.
The other thing is, I don't know the maps very well.
Which really,
so
yeah.
I recognize that it will benefit me to go behind them and come up behind them, but I'm like, how the fuck
How do you get behind them without me seeing? Yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely always see me whenever I'm trying to do it.
One thing that beginner also easily forgets, and this won't come into play until you've played as him a long time, but he gets his dash back immediately after killing a person. So that's a good reason to dash to finish a person if they're at low health, because you can dash, then dash one more time to get away from whoever else might be fighting or like you might need to escape from. Is this a good time for Yajikuji Jitsu? So he's pretty powerful when he does this if at the right time.
So that was the dragon thing?
Yeah, that's like his dragon, right?
Okay.
I am ready.
I was hoping to reflect an arrow back into him. I've hit snipers with their own snipe shot and Hanzos with their own arrows. It's so satisfying.
Nice. I have been able to successfully implement that thing.
Reflect?
Yeah.
He can reflect almost everything. It's been surprising what he can reflect. Making no sense to me, he can reflect Lucio's sound beams.
Yeah.
What?
That's weird, but...
He can reflect sound. He can reflect grenades, obviously. He can reflect Mei's ultimate, the little thing that like creates the blizzard. That device can be reflected back, and it will freeze the opposite team.
Huh.
Not only is he reflecting it, he's somehow reprogramming it to only affect the other team. He can reflect Pharah's ultimate rockets that come down, and I think he makes them more precise. So her rockets go all over the fucking place, but any that hit him that he's reflecting will go to his reticle. So he can send them directly back at her, even though she just sent them all over the fucking map. The same goes for, I think, Junkrat. If you reflect Junkrat's big, huge spray, all those pellets that go within his body space will be pinpointed back. So he technically makes some of the spread shots more deadly than their original weapon was.
Oh, crazy. That's pretty cool.
Roadhog, I mean, not Junkrat.
Yeah.
He reflects Junkrat's, he can reflect Junkrat's mine, but I don't think he reprograms it, he just deflects it. Like, because how could he detonate it? He wouldn't have his own detonator, right? You'd have to, like, verify for that. Wow, we got trounced. I'll take the blame. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Genji so far. I'm still feeling him out as a character. I don't feel like I'm very strong with him. I feel like it's a bit harder to be strong as him on a controller than, say, on a PC. Yeah. He's a high precision character. But always remember to use L2 for his 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, instead of just the 1. I think it does...
I feel like I'm pretty good with that. Like, some people were saying that they didn't realize Roadhog had an alt fire, and I was like, oh, I use that a lot.
Right.
So I'm basically smarter than most people.
I forgot that Roadhog had an alt fire for a long time. I don't want to talk to you guys right now. It's hard enough just me and Becky talking about the characters. I don't need your input. You can type it in down there if you have something to say. But one thing I do want to know from you guys, if you know, is does Genji's 3 stars at once spray have a higher DPS than the 3 precision stars? Because, like, it seems like he's throwing way more. Like, count to 10. Ready?
Okay.
And go.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, never mind.
Was I too slow?
No, it's going to be too hard. Anyways. Because it looks like he throws more stars in an amount of time than with this. So this is more precise, but I feel like if you're up close and you're able to hit them with all 3, like especially if they're a big target, I think you do more damage per second like this. I'm pretty sure you do. It looks like it anyways. I would say probably 20% more damage.
The alt fire shoots faster, but it's hard to hit all 3 at once.
Yeah, of course. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you're up behind a Roadhog and you can hit him with all 3.
There's the time. 3.33 RPS versus 4.4.
Okay, so there you go.
RPS. Thank you.
So you get more out like this. So if you're up against a big target, that's a tip. Make sure you're using this. So this isn't just for
L2,
when you're up against
right?
a tracer and you don't have confidence enough to hit her. I always switch to this because I'm like, I can't hit you with these. But it's also for the big guys.
Is that L2?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And that's all I have to say about Genji. Oh yeah, and he has his own melee, which I never use. Which is ridiculously...
You know what I hate?
What?
When you kill me with fucking melee. Like you come out
Remember
and
to
you're
use melee to finish guys off. Always remember to do it.
So insulting.
If you have to reload, sometimes it's better to melee to finish.
Killing me with fucking melee.
It was either that, usually probably, or I let you live and reloaded and you got away.
Yeah. Lindsay, what are you doing?
She's escaping.
Oh,
she's getting healed now.
What a jerk. Kill her.
She was my only target and she came down to a sliver over and over because of that fucking mercy. Anyways, so that's all I have to say about Genji. So we'll cut the segment and come back with the next character. Stay tuned.